Rejection. A single word, yet it carries the weight of countless heart aches, dashed hopes, and sleepless nights. It's a universal experience, one that spares no one. Whether it's a job opportunity slipping through your fingers, a relationship ending abruptly, or even a simple unreturned phone call, rejection stings. It leaves us questioning our worth, our choices, and even our future. But what if we've been seeing it all wrong? What if rejection isn't the enemy we fear, but the guide we need? What if every no is a disguised blessing, gently nudging us toward the person we're meant to become? This may seem hard to believe, especially in the heat of the moment, but within the framework of Stoicism, rejection transforms into a profound gift. Imagine for a moment, what if the job you didn't get was freeing you to pursue a path more aligned with your passions? What if the person who turned you down was clearing the way for someone who truly values you? What if every closed door was a hidden invitation to a room full of opportunities? In this video, we'll explore why Stoics view rejection not as a failure, but as a powerful tool for growth and transformation. By the end, you'll see that those moments of pain and disappointment are, in fact, stepping stones toward wisdom and resilience. Stay with us, because the most profound insights are waiting for you in the final chapter. Let's begin this journey of rediscovery. 1. Reframe the experience. Have you ever felt that sinking feeling after being turned down? A sense of finality, as though a chapter has closed and you're left holding an unfinished story. It's easy to view rejection as a harsh ending, but Stoicism invites us to see it differently. Rejection isn't a stop sign, it's a guidepost. Consider this. How often have you looked back on a rejection and thought, I'm glad that didn't work out? Perhaps you didn't get the job you thought you wanted, only to find a better opportunity later. Or maybe a relationship ended, and in time, you met someone who truly understood and valued you. These moments reveal a profound truth. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Stoicism teaches us that the events themselves are neutral. It's our perception that assigns meaning. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the obstacle is not an end, but a new path. Rejection, when reframed, becomes less of a loss and more of a redirection. Let's take a moment to reflect. When you face rejection, what story are you telling yourself? Are you viewing it as a personal failure or as a signpost pointing you towards something better? Changing this narrative is not about ignoring the pain. It's about embracing the possibility that rejection is opening a door you hadn't considered. For instance, let's say you've poured your heart into a project, only for it to be dismissed. Instead of spiraling into self-doubt, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience guide my growth? Every no sharpens your focus, helping you refine your goals and priorities. The power of reframing lies in its ability to shift your mindset. Instead of dwelling on what didn't happen, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what can happen next. The rejection itself isn't what defines you, your response does. As you navigate life's inevitable rejections, remember that each one is shaping your journey. With every closed door, you're being nudged toward a more authentic path. Reflect on your recent setbacks and consider, what hidden opportunities might they be revealing? In the next section, we'll delve deeper into how rejection holds a mirror to our inner selves, offering insights that can transform our understanding of who we are and what we truly want. 2. Rejection as a mirror. Rejection often feels like a blow to our self-esteem, an unwelcome reminder of our perceived inadequacies. But what if we could view rejection as something more constructive? What if, instead of a judgment on our worth, it's a reflection of our inner selves? Stoicism invites us to hold rejection up like a mirror, revealing the parts of ourselves we might otherwise overlook. Think about the last time you faced rejection. Did it feel personal? Did it lead you to question your abilities, your choices, or even your identity? This reaction is natural, but it's also a valuable opportunity. Rejection forces us to confront the gap between our expectations and reality. In this confrontation lies the chance for true self-awareness. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once remarked, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This insight extends perfectly to rejection. Each time we're turned away, we're offered a chance to examine our strengths and vulnerabilities. What did this experience reveal about your goals, your values, or even your emotional resilience? Consider this scenario. You muster the courage to confess your feelings to someone, but they don't feel the same way. The initial sting is undeniable, but upon reflection, you might realize that their response has little to do with your worth and more to do with compatibility. Rejection becomes a mirror, showing you where you stand emotionally, how attached you've become to their validation, and how you can reclaim your sense of self-worth. This isn't limited to personal relationships. In professional settings, being passed over for a promotion or a job offer can feel devastating. But instead of spiraling into self-doubt, consider: what does this rejection reveal about your skills, your approach, or your alignment with the organization's goals? Sometimes rejection highlights areas for improvement. Other times, it signals that you're simply aiming at the wrong target. Both insights are invaluable. What makes rejection so powerful as a mirror is its ability to strip away illusions. We often build our self-worth on fragile foundations, external validation, specific outcomes, or the approval of others. Rejection dismantles these illusions, forcing us to confront what truly matters. Are we pursuing goals that align with our authentic selves, or are we chasing something simply because we fear being left behind? Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we can control: our thoughts, our actions, and our interpretations. When faced with rejection, ask yourself, what aspect of this situation is within my control? What can I learn, and how can I grow? By shifting the focus from external validation to internal growth, you transform rejection from a source of pain into a powerful tool for self-discovery. Let's take a moment to reflect together. Think back to a recent rejection you've experienced. What did it reveal to you about your desires, your resilience, or even your blind spots? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else to see their own rejections in a new light. When you embrace rejection as a mirror, you gain clarity. It helps you strip away false expectations and connect more deeply with your true self. And in doing so, you become stronger, more self-aware, and more aligned with your life's purpose. In the next section, we'll explore how rejection, rather than weakening us, can actually build a powerful form of emotional resilience, preparing us to face life's challenges with greater confidence and courage. 3. Build emotional resilience. Rejection hurts. There's no denying it. It's like an uninvited guest barging into your life, disrupting your plans, and leaving you feeling vulnerable. But here's a truth rooted in Stoicism. The pain of rejection isn't meant to break you. It's meant to build you. Each instance of rejection is an opportunity to strengthen your emotional resilience, forging a heart and mind that can weather life's inevitable storms. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to bounce back from setbacks more quickly than others? What's their secret? The Stoics believed that resilience, our ability to recover from adversity, lies not in avoiding pain, but in learning from it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Emotional resilience begins when we accept that while rejection is beyond our control, our response to it is entirely within our grasp. Think of resilience like a muscle. Each time you face rejection, you're given the chance to train this muscle, to make it stronger. Let's imagine a scenario. You submit a creative project, one you've poured your heart into, only to have it rejected. The initial blow might make you question your talent, but after the sting subsides, resilience steps in. You pick yourself up, analyze the feedback, and refine your work. The next submission might face rejection too, but you'll notice that the pain feels less sharp, your bounce-back time shorter. This is resilience in action. Stoicism teaches us to detach our self-worth from external validation. Epictetus famously said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When rejection occurs, our first instinct is often to view it as a reflection of our inadequacies. But what if, instead, we saw it as a lesson in endurance, the act of facing rejection head-on? Without letting it define our self-worth, builds an inner strength that no external setback can shake. Consider relationships. Being rejected by someone you deeply care for can feel earth-shattering. In that vulnerable moment, you may be tempted to believe that you're unworthy of love. But as you sit with the pain, something remarkable can happen. You realize that your worth is not contingent on another person's affection. You learn to find validation within yourself. Over time, you become less afraid of rejection because you understand that it cannot diminish your inherent value. This realization empowers you to approach future relationships with both courage and confidence. In professional contexts, resilience is equally vital. Perhaps you've been turned down for a promotion, or your business idea failed to gain traction. Each professional rejection, though painful, serves as a crucible for growth. By confronting these setbacks with a Stoic mindset, you cultivate perseverance. You learn to adapt, improve, and persist. Knowing that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey toward it. But how do we build resilience when the pain of rejection feels overwhelming? One practice the Stoics recommend is premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This involves mentally preparing for the possibility of rejection or failure before it happens. By imagining these outcomes, you train your mind to respond calmly when they occur. This isn't about pessimism, it's about fortifying your emotional defenses so rejection doesn't catch you off guard. Another powerful tool is reflection. After experiencing rejection, take time to analyze what happened. What did you learn about yourself? How did you handle the situation? And what could you do differently next time? This reflective process transforms rejection from a source of pain into a wellspring of wisdom. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel hurt. It means you won't be defined by the hurt. With each rejection, you're not just surviving, you're growing stronger, more determined, and better equipped to face the next challenge. You learn to trust your ability to navigate life's ups and downs, finding stability in the knowledge that no single event can determine your worth or your future. Think about the last time you faced rejection. How did it shape you? What strengths did you uncover as you worked through the pain? Share your reflections in the comments below, and let's build a community of resilience together. As we move forward, let's explore another powerful aspect of rejection: its ability to deepen our self-awareness. Every no holds a key to understanding ourselves more fully, and in the next section, we'll unlock that door. 4. The gift of self-awareness. Rejection has a way of stripping us bare, leaving us to confront parts of ourselves we might otherwise ignore. In moments of rejection, our immediate reaction is often to blame external circumstances. They didn't see my potential, I wasn't given a fair chance, or it's their loss. But Stoicism encourages us to look inward. What if every rejection is an invitation to discover who we truly are? Self-awareness is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus famously taught, "Know, first, who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Rejection, in its raw and unfiltered form, compels us to confront the discrepancies between who we think we are and who we actually are. It holds up a mirror, reflecting both our strengths and our areas for growth. Consider this. Have you ever pursued a goal so intently that rejection seemed unbearable? Perhaps it was a job you thought would define your career, or a relationship you believed would bring you lasting happiness. When those doors closed, the initial sting may have blinded you to the deeper truth, that the rejection was a signal urging you to reevaluate your desires and intentions. Were you chasing that job because it aligned with your true values, or because it offered external prestige? Was that relationship rooted in genuine connection, or was it built on the fear of being alone? Each rejection peels back layers of expectation and assumption. It forces us to question, what do I truly value? What am I seeking from this experience? These questions, though uncomfortable, lead to profound self-discovery. They help us distinguish between goals that genuinely serve our growth and those driven by societal pressures or fleeting desires. Imagine someone who is repeatedly turned down in romantic relationships. At first, it's tempting to attribute the failures to external factors, the wrong timing, incompatible partners, or even bad luck. But over time, a pattern emerges. This person begins to ask deeper questions. Am I seeking validation from others instead of valuing myself? What kind of partner truly complements my values and lifestyle? Through rejection, they gain clarity about their needs and learn to cultivate a healthier, more balanced approach to love. The same applies in professional settings. Perhaps you've applied for a dream role multiple times without success. Each rejection stings, but with reflection, you might uncover vital insights. Are your skills aligned with the role's requirements? Are you pursuing this path out of genuine passion, or because it seems like the logical next step? Rejection encourages you to recalibrate. to seek out opportunities that better match your evolving goals and capabilities. Stoicism reminds us that life's setbacks are not meant to be avoided but embraced as tools for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." The more we use rejection as an opportunity for self-reflection, the more aligned our thoughts and actions become with our true nature. This process of self-discovery through rejection also builds confidence. When you know yourself deeply, your strengths, your limitations, your values, you become less susceptible to the opinions and judgments of others. You no longer place your worth in external outcomes because you've cultivated an inner clarity that guides your decisions. Ask yourself, when was the last time you faced rejection? How did it make you feel? And what did it reveal about your desires or priorities? Did it push you to reassess your goals or behaviors? Take a moment to reflect, and if you feel comfortable, share your insights in the comments below. Your journey of self-awareness could inspire others to embrace their own. Rejection, though painful, is one of life's greatest teachers. It strips away the noise, forcing us to confront what truly matters. With each no, we gain a clearer understanding of ourselves and the paths that align with our deepest values. In the next section, we'll explore how cultivating detachment, the ability to care without clinging, empowers us to navigate rejection with grace and composure. Stay tuned as we delve into this transformative Stoic practice. 5. Cultivate detachment. Rejection, by its very nature, is a test of our attachments. We attach ourselves to outcomes, people, opportunities, and expectations, and when those attachments are severed, we feel the sting of loss. But what if we could approach rejection with a sense of detachment, not indifference, but a calm acknowledgement that while we may care deeply, our peace does not depend on the outcome? This is where Stoicism offers profound guidance. The Stoics understood that life is full of uncertainties and outcomes beyond our control. Epictetus reminds us some things are up to us, and some things are not. Detachment, in this sense, means recognizing that while we can control our efforts, we cannot control the results. By shifting our focus to what lies within our power, we free ourselves from the emotional turmoil that often accompanies rejection. But what does detachment look like in practice? Imagine you've applied for a highly coveted job. You've prepared diligently, submitted your application, and now you wait. If the outcome defines your happiness, then rejection will inevitably bring despair. However, if you approach the situation with detachment, you can take pride in your effort, knowing you've done your best. The result, whether favorable or not, does not diminish your sense of self-worth. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. In fact, Stoicism encourages us to care deeply about our actions, values, and relationships. What detachment changes is the source of our emotional stability. Instead of anchoring your happiness to external validation, you ground it in your internal sense of purpose and effort. Consider relationships. You may love someone deeply, but Stoicism teaches that even this love should be tempered by an understanding of impermanence. People are free to make their own choices, and their feelings may change over time. If you're attached to the idea that this person must always reciprocate your love, any sign of rejection will feel devastating. Detachment allows you to cherish the relationship without making your emotional well-being contingent on their continued approval or presence. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." This wisdom applies to every area of life, whether you're experiencing professional setbacks, creative criticism, or personal rejections. Detachment helps you navigate these moments with grace. You come to see rejection not as a personal affront, but as a natural part of life's ebb and flow. Detachment also cultivates a sense of freedom. When you're no longer bound by the fear of rejection, you feel more empowered to take risks, express yourself authentically, and pursue your goals. Ironically, it's often in this state of calm detachment that we find success. By focusing on the process rather than the outcome, we bring our best selves to every endeavor. So how can you begin to cultivate detachment? Start by practicing mindfulness. When you find yourself fixating on a particular outcome, pause and ask, is this within my control? If not, gently remind yourself to release your grip. Journaling can also be a powerful tool. Reflect on moments when attachment has caused you pain and explore how detachment might have changed your perspective. Another helpful exercise is to adopt the Stoic practice of viewing things from above. This involves imagining your life from a broader perspective, seeing your current rejection as a small event within the vast tapestry of your existence. This shift in viewpoint can help you realize that while this moment may feel significant, it is but one chapter in a much larger story. Now let's turn this reflection outward. Have you ever faced rejection that initially felt crushing, only to realize later that it liberated you or taught you a valuable lesson? How did adopting, or wishing you had adopted, a mindset of detachment change your experience? Share your stories in the comments below, and let's support each other in embracing this Stoic principle. As we conclude, remember that detachment is not about apathy, it's about empowerment. It's about caring without clinging, striving without depending, and loving without fearing loss. In this way, rejection becomes not a threat to your happiness, but a stepping stone toward greater freedom and inner peace. In the next and final section, we'll bring everything together by examining how rejection, when embraced fully, reveals itself as a hidden gift, guiding us to paths we might never have imagined. Let's uncover the profound wisdom that lies within life's most challenging moments. Rejection is a word that often carries a heavy weight, evoking feelings of failure and inadequacy. But as we've journeyed through Stoic principles together, a different picture begins to emerge. Rejection, in the grand tapestry of life, is not an ending but a beginning, a hidden gift that guides us toward growth, self-awareness, and resilience. Think about the role rejection plays in your life. Each no you've encountered has likely altered your course in ways you couldn't have foreseen at the time. Maybe it pushed you to explore a new career path, deepened your understanding of yourself, or even led you to relationships that are more fulfilling and aligned with your values. It's this very idea that Marcus Aurelius captures when he says, "What stands in the way becomes the way." The obstacle, in this case rejection, is often the path to something far greater. Consider how many of life's greatest successes are built on the foundation of rejection. Authors whose manuscripts were repeatedly declined before they finally landed on a publisher's desk. Entrepreneurs whose initial ventures failed but eventually paved the way for groundbreaking innovations. Even in our personal lives, how often do we find that the rejections we feared most were actually redirections towards something better? Here's a question for you. What if every rejection you faced was perfectly designed to shape you into the person you're meant to become? What if the job you didn't get was never meant for you, and instead, you were being guided toward a position that better fits your strengths? What if the person who walked away was clearing space for someone who could truly see and appreciate you? Stoicism teaches us to embrace this perspective. Rejection is a teacher, and its lessons are invaluable. It strips away false expectations and forces us to confront our vulnerabilities. It reveals where we've placed our attachments and offers us the chance to realign our priorities. Most importantly, it builds resilience, teaching us that we can face adversity without losing our sense of self. But how do we truly see rejection as a gift? It begins with reflection. Take time to sit with the discomfort of rejection and ask yourself, what is this experience teaching me? How is it shaping my character? In what ways is it guiding me towards something better? The answers to these questions often reveal the hidden opportunities that lie beneath the surface. Now, let's take a moment to act on what we've learned. Think back to a specific rejection in your life. How did it ultimately benefit you? What doors did it close? And what new paths did it open? Share your story in the comments below, and let's turn this space into a community of shared wisdom. Your insights might just help someone else see the gift hidden in their own experiences. Before we wrap up, consider adopting this simple mantra. I am stronger after rejection. Repeat it whenever you face a setback. It's a reminder that every rejection is not just an obstacle but a stepping stone toward growth and fulfillment. If this exploration of Stoic wisdom has resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to our channel for more insights on turning life's challenges into opportunities. Together, we can transform our relationship with rejection and embrace it as a powerful tool for personal growth. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, life's most valuable lessons often come wrapped in the discomfort of rejection. Embrace them, learn from them, and let them guide you toward a life of greater clarity, strength, and purpose. Stay strong, stay resilient, and as always, keep growing.